What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab Show. NFL Week 1 was amazing. Obviously, some of my picks were definitely off, but we have to understand, the first month in, we kind of getting a feel for different teams. But obviously, the Monday Night Football game was crazy, an overtime game, really, and I called the Ravens to win. I thought for sure the Ravens were going to win this game. That they took control or early of this game, and I was like, yeah, it's really great. But then they just started to play differently. Lamar Jackson didn't have his best game. 2 fumbles. Look, he played really well, 235 yards passing with a touchdown, but the 2 fumbles are costly, right? I just think with Lamar, when he's in the pocket, it's just like protect the ball a little bit more. That's just some tweaks here and there. But look, dude, give it up to the Las Vegas Raiders, man. I mean, seriously, I thought for sure they would lose this game, but you know what? Derek Carr, he came out and performed, dude. 435 yards passing with 2 touchdowns and an interception. Obviously got the game-winning touchdown in overtime, which was crazy. Yeah, I just think, both sides, they definitely had some downfalls, but, really with the Las Vegas Raiders, man, they got weapons. And Darren Waller, him and Derek Carr, they're two duos, and to me, they're great together. He got targeted 10 times. 10 times for 105 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Darren Waller balling out, dude. Congrats to them, man, to the Raiders. Josh Jacobs had a great game from Bama. Look, dude, I'm telling you, Derek Carr, he's a nice quarterback, and I'll give him some respect. I kind of was throwing shade on him in the past, but look, dude, let's give him some credit when credit's due, okay? And him winning this game, coming out, first game with John Gruden this season at that Allegiant Stadium, a packed house. It was great, dude. And I thought for sure, dude, the Ravens would pull it out. I just think the Ravens didn't play well. And we have to understand the Ravens, they have 13 players on IR right now, injured reserve, and really it's not looking good for Baltimore right now. You guys play Kansas City next week. It's not going to get any easier. I just think, go back to the X's and O's if you're Baltimore Ravens right now. Harbaugh and Lamar, go back to the drawing board and really just learn from this. And I think, Baltimore, yes, I do believe they will make the playoffs this year. How far can they run? We never know. But the Las Vegas Raiders, man, this is a bigger win for them than Baltimore, because Baltimore was really expected to win this game and coming in. But if we looked at it on paper, it was like, man, I don't know. So many players got hurt, torn ACLs, like 5 or 6, not even during the game, right? We're talking preseason here, and some of them were in practice. So I just think for the Las Vegas Raiders, man, it's a great time to really be a Las Vegas Raider fan, right? I mean, you were not expecting this, okay? And I just think, with this, the overtime game, it was great. Congrats to them. Like I said, for Baltimore, it's back to the X's and O's. And then we had Seattle versus my Indianapolis Colts. And look, dude, I told you guys to go with Seattle. This was one of my lock picks. I just think, with the Colts, we don't know who they are. And we found out real quick that, look, dude, Carson Wentz, he has his ups and downs. I think, one of his weaknesses, he's hold the ball for too long, dude. It's like, dude, you got to get the ball out quick, okay? And I don't put that on the offensive line. I just think for Carson Wentz, it's like, dude, you got to learn just to throw it out off quicker. And Russell Wilson, dude, he balled out yet again, dude. And to me, it's just like, it's what the Colts do, right? They make mistakes after mistakes in the draft. They don't care, right? Getting rid of Russell, they could have got him many times. Okay, they passed on him. They could have got Cam Newton. They could have got Jalen Hurts. They just passed on these quarterbacks, and it's like, dude, yes, Carson Wentz is a good quarterback. Is he an elite quarterback right now? No. He's not, dude. I don't even know if he's better than Andrew Luck right now. But Russell Wilson is a problem right now, dude. Hats off to him, bro. I think, Seattle, with the way they played the Colts, I just think, look, dude, Seattle, they can definitely make the playoffs this year, make some noise. Hats off to them. And I'm really excited that the New England Patriots lost yet again. They start the season off 0-1. Last season, they didn't even make the playoffs. Look, dude, the Dolphins, they barely won. They squeaked out a win, dude. They were underdogs. I picked the Patriots. I thought for sure they might squeak out a win. Mac Jones, he had an okay game. Nothing crazy, right? I just think, for Mac Jones, 281 yards and a touchdown. But, like I said, dude, it's just Bill Belichick. He's missing the GOAT. He really is, and we can't like make this up. We can say whatever we want about it, but at the end of the day, the players make the plays, okay? Not the coaches. The coaches aren't making the plays. Okay, we're looking at Bill Belichick, and he's over here like saying like some silly shit about Cam Newton and shit. And it's like, dude, like I get it. You know what I'm saying? But really, Mac Jones, a guy who really didn't play much in college. You're depending on him to be the next Tom Brady, Bill. I just think Bill's on crack right now. I don't know what's going on, but hey, shout out to the Dolphins. Shout out to Tua getting that dub over 200 yards, a touchdown and a pick. I think it's great for Miami. I really do, starting off, and this was a division game. So this was huge on both sides. The Patriots, yes, you got the GOAT coming in week 4, for another beating. I cannot wait for that game. That's going to be epic, but hats off to the Dolphins. Then we had the Packers versus the Saints. I'm really surprised how the Green Bay Packers came out and really just got really embarrassed. And it was one of them things that was like, really? And we look back at it, and Aaron Rodgers, saying what he said about, if you guys drafted my replacement guy, so play him. And this was before the season started, and we saw Aaron Rodgers on vacation, living his best life this offseason, missing practice, preseason, stuff like that. So, if I look at it from a bigger picture, I'm not really surprised how the Packers played. I'm really surprised with Jameis Winston, though. Let's be honest here, dude. 5 touchdowns? I really doubted Jameis Winston. I really thought he was done. I did, but 5 touchdowns, dude? Jameis is balling out. I don't know if it's the crab legs. I don't know what it is, but hey, I got to give Jameis some credit right now. 5 touchdowns. That dude is balling right now, but Rodgers, only 133 yards and a pick. Is it the end of the era of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay? I mean, I don't know. We just have to assume that, hey, we know that he didn't want to really come back. He was like, dude, like, you guys drafted this guy. You guys want him. And I just think that he could have added more weapons for Aaron Rodgers instead of drafting a quarterback. So I kind of feel Aaron Rodgers in a way where it's like, dude, like, I don't understand this. How you guys are going to draft a quarterback and I could use another receiver or offensive lineman or a running back, somebody on defense, but yet you draft a quarterback. I don't understand that. To me, it's like, I don't know about the Packers. It's going to be interesting to see moving on, but it's just like, dude, they came out and got destroyed 38-3. It was like, what, dude? It's a sad story, really, but hey, hats off to the Saints and Jameis Winston. They are on a roll right now, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for Jameis and the Saints. Then we got the Eagles versus the Falcons. The Eagles definitely blew them out. Like I said, the Falcons are trash. They're not good. Jalen Hurts, though, and Devontae Smith, both from Alabama, played with each other, so they know each other. Jalen Hurts, 264 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Crazy. And then Devontae Smith, 6 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. That connection. They know how each other play. They've been playing for years together. So I think the experience of playing with each other through college all the way up to the pros, I think that's going to really pay dividends to the Philadelphia Eagles. I really do, and I think that Philly is going to be elite this year. And when I say elite, I think they're going to make the playoffs. Shout out to Philly. Then we got the Steelers versus the Bills. I picked the Bills. I was a sucker for that. I thought for sure, the Bills would squeak out a win, but the Steelers, man, Big Ben came to play, threw a touchdown pass. Juju had 4 receptions on 52 yards. I think that the defense is what really stepped up for Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that was the difference right there. Josh Allen, touchdown. Stephon Diggs, he had 9 receptions on 69 yards. I just think the Pittsburgh defense was just better than the Buffalo Bills defense. And I think that's really what came down to it. Add some special teams into that. But a big win for the Steelers, man. They're starting off the season 0-1, or 1-0. But for the Bills, for Josh Allen, the future's bright there. You guys made the playoffs, so I would not be concerned about the Bills. I still have confidence in them and in Josh Allen, one of the most improved players that we've seen in the past couple years. So I'm not really concerned about the Bills either. So I think both these teams can run deep and really make the playoffs at some point this year. And then we got Minnesota versus the Bagels. Probably a surprise upset here. I picked the Vikings. I thought for sure they would win. Kirk Cousins did ball out, though. Okay, 351 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, he had 20 carries, 61 yards, and 1 touchdown. I just think for Minnesota Vikings, their weaknesses, they're becoming, really one-dimensional. Okay, they're going to say, hey, we're going to give Dalvin Cook at least 20 touches a game. So, the opposing teams are like, hey, let's stack the box more, okay? Because they're going to run at least 20 times with Dalvin Cook a game. Look, we already know that off the get. So I just think they need to mix it up a little bit. Do some play action more. I just think, with Kirk Cousins, he's playing well, so keep throwing the ball out. But Joe Burrow, man, I told you guys since day one, when he won the championship with LSU, I said Joe Burrow's going to be a superstar. He is going to be a superstar one day. It's a matter of time, bro. It really is, dude. Joe Burrow, 261 yards and 2 touchdowns, man. And Joe Mixon, both from LSU, man. It's great. Joe Mixon, 29 carries, 127 yards, and 1 touchdown. I love this, man. I just think, Joe Mixon was not from LSU. He's from Oklahoma. But Jamar Chase, he's from LSU, 5 receptions, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. But look, Joe Burrow and the Bengals, man, if you're the Bengals fan right now, you're jumping for joy, dude. Literally, you're just thinking, wow, bro, we never win our first game, bro. Really. It's rare. It just doesn't happen like that. But for me, the Bengals, man, I'm so excited for Joe Burrow. I think he's going to be a future superstar, and I think the Bengals can get on the map, right? Coming from, the worst team in the NFL in the past decade, right? The Cincinnati Bengals. At least they like to choke. We saw, back in 2015 where they choked the playoff game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, where they're doing all these dumb penalties and really gave Pittsburgh the game. Do you guys remember that? That was iconic. That was just, classic Cincinnati Bengals football. But now they got a new era, and I think a lot of positive things are happening for Joe Burrow after recovering from the ACL last year. I just think, dude, the Bengals, they're going to be a problem for a lot of teams, and I cannot wait, dude. I really can't, man. I really thought, the Vikings would win this game. They were better on paper, but hey, what a kick, an overtime kick by a rookie kicker. I like that, man. The Bengals, congrats to them. Then we had the 49ers versus the Lions, man. I picked the 49ers. And they did. They got the job done. Really almost blew a big lead there. Jimmy G, 314 yards and a touchdown. I just think, man, I don't know. I don't think Jimmy G's the guy to really win you a Super Bowl, right? We saw what happened in Kansas City a couple years ago in that Super Bowl. I just think, I don't know. I'm not really sold on that, right? Jared Goff, he had 3 touchdowns and a pick. I think for the Rams and the Lions, they made a crazy trade. I think the Rams definitely have a better quarterback. I would take Matt Stafford over Jared Goff any day. I've always said Jared Goff will probably never win a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. He just won't, dude. He just doesn't have that dog in him, that mentality of hey, I'm going to take over right now. So I just don't think that's going to happen. Then we had Arizona versus Tennessee Titans. I picked Tennessee. I thought they would come out on fire, but I was definitely way off on this game. Arizona came out. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks. Yes, the brother of John Jones. It's crazy, dude. 5 sacks in a game, and they have J.J. Watt on that defensive end, too. I'm telling you what, right now, Arizona is definitely one of the X-Factor teams, dude. I'm telling you, dude. I think they can really run deep, and why their defense is playing, add Kyler Murray, dude. He's balling out. 4 touchdowns, dude. And really just causing problems. I think if Arizona plays like this for the rest of the year, we're talking a 14-2, 14-3, or 13-3 team right here. Yes, Arizona Cardinals. Who would have thought that? But I'm telling you, they added so many key players on defense right now where it's just like, hold up, dude. Arizona's going to give a lot of people problems. And I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen in the future. But Chandler Jones, though, he's saying, hey, I want a contract right now. I want an extension. I want to stay in Arizona. I just had 5 sacks in 1 game. Let's mark the check. Let me sign it. Let me sign the contract right now if I'm Chandler Jones. Yes, I'll sign, a 4-year, over $100 million deal. Right, ching, let's write the check. I don't even care if it's $80 million. Write the check. Shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. Then we got the Chargers versus the Washington team. I picked the Chargers. This was another, gimme pick here. We're talking about the Washington team. Who's their quarterback? Exactly. We don't know, dude. But Justin Herbert, man, he's legit. I like this kid, man. He can throw the ball, 337 yards passing, a touchdown, and a pick. But, dude, I'm telling you, dude, I like him, dude. And then Keenan Allen, 9 receptions, 100 yards. They gave him $80 million a couple years ago, and I think that's paying off right now, paying off dividends. I just think, with where they're going right now with Justin and Allen. I like that duo, man. I really do. And the Chargers can make some noise, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year at all. Then we got the Jets versus the Panthers. I picked the Panthers, and they did win. They squeaked out a win versus the Jets. And it was Zach Wilson's first NFL debut, and really, he did not disappoint. He had 2 touchdowns and a pick. We have to understand the Jets here. The New York Jets, we could say right now they are the worst team in the NFL and have been for the past couple years, dude. They've been at the bottom of the barrel, dude. Bottom of the shitter, dude. It's just, it sucks, man. But Sam Darnold, he said, peace out, I'm gone. Going to Carolina, 279 yards passing and a touchdown. McCaffrey, he balled out like he always does, 21 carries on 98 yards. He also had 9 receptions on 89 yards receiving. I just think, with Carolina, them too, I think they can really do well. I just think, are they really good enough to, go to the playoffs? I don't think so. But like I said, it's week 1. We don't really know yet. Same thing with, college football. We don't really know who's the best teams. Yeah, I guess we could say that for college football, the best teams. But for the NFL, it's like, dude, we got to give it a month or two to find out, all right, who's really legit. Okay, definitely. But, congrats to the Panthers. And then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Texans. And this was another game that really caught me by surprise. Same thing with Arizona. Was Jacksonville Jaguars, I thought for sure they would come out on fire. Trevor Lawrence, number 1 overall pick, has a lot of hype. 3 touchdowns and 3 picks this game, and he even said after the game, it starts with me. I didn't play well. I own up to it. Yes, but 0-1 with Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence, I didn't think that would happen. Looking at the Texans right now, looking at everything that's happened off-season, J.J. Watt's gone, all the Deshaun Watson noise and stuff like that. Tyrod Taylor stepped up. 291 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, he had 5 receptions on 132 yards. Hats off to the Houston Texans. I thought for sure they would lose this game, man. I really did, dude. I thought Jacksonville Jaguars just were going to do it, but hey, this is the NFL, Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence. So welcome to the NFL. You guys started off losing 0-1. But the future's still bright for Jacksonville. It really is. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen. I definitely want to see Jacksonville at least go over 500 this year. If they don't make the playoffs and over 500, okay. That's fine. I just don't want them to go below 500, and then we're really going to speculate and say, wow, dude, really, this is crazy to me. Then we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Chiefs, and really, Cleveland Browns, were really up a little bit of this game, and we were like, hold up, are the Cleveland Browns really going to get upset? Then we're like, hold up, they're the Cleveland Browns. They make mistakes, right? We saw their punter make a key mistake in the 4th quarter. It was just like, oh, my gosh, dude. Maybe been late 3rd quarter, but it was just like one of the things where you're playing Kansas City Chiefs, one of the top offenses in the NFL. You can't make mental mistakes. You can't make these silly mistakes on special teams. You just can't. You're not going to beat a team like that. Baker, 321 yards and a pick. Nick Chubb, 15 carries on 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. I like where the Cleveland Browns are going. Okay, I didn't think they were going to win this game. That's why I picked Kansas City. But like I said, you can't make mental issues, just dumb decisions, right? Excuse me, just dumb decisions. You just cannot do that if you're the Cleveland Browns. Patrick Mahomes balled out, as he always does. 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards passing. Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions on 197 yards and a touchdown. We've seen that touchdown he had late game, and where he always puts up the do side. I like that a lot. I just think, man, Kansas City, dude, they're just high-powered. In Cleveland, they just made key mistakes late game where it's just like, dude, you cannot do that. You're not going to beat anybody if you do these mental mistakes here and there. So, hats off to the Chiefs. Obviously, the Chiefs, they will probably, more than likely end up going back to the Super Bowl against Tampa. We might see a repeat here, a little rematch here. I really do think that. You just never know. But like I said, it's week 1. We don't know yet. Then we got the Broncos versus the Giants. Big win for the Denver Broncos. I picked them. Look, dude, I tell you what, I like Teddy Bridgewater. 2 touchdowns. He's a smart quarterback. He learned from Drew Brees when he was back up with New Orleans Saints. I think that's really paid dividends. And then Melvin Gordon, 11 carries over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown. I just think, hey, Denver, they're clicking. For the Giants, I don't like their quarterback. I don't think he's really legit. Daniel Jones, yes, he had a touchdown. I don't think he's the next Eli Manning. I really don't. I don't think he's the next elite quarterback. I just don't. Saquon Barkley, he finally got in, after, tearing his ACL last year. 10 carries, only 26 yards. But look, dude, like I said, I don't want to rush Saquon Barkley. I'm in no rush for that. If I'm the Giants coach, I'm saying, dude, like, let's ease into this process here, okay? I would not, try to rush that, but huge win for Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos. I love that. Then we got the Bears versus the Rams. The Rams ended up blowing out the Bears, and I even called this one. I said, you know what? Justin Fields is not starting. They're starting Andy Dalton. Okay, the Chicago Bears are going to lose this game. Huh, that's all you had to read. Andy Dalton's the starting quarterback and not Justin Fields. I don't understand that. I think Justin Fields should have started this game. He should start week 2, and if Andy Dalton ends up starting week 2, well, hey, let's chalk up another L for the Chicago Bears. Are the Chicago Bears really going to be that dumb, dude? I don't understand that. I just think Justin Fields, he was 2 for 2 on his passes with a rushing touchdown. I don't know how he's not starting right now. Yes, some people say he doesn't like to throw through his first check downs in practice, but it's like, dude, come on. It's more. We're talking about practice here, okay? I'm a real game, dude. Justin Fields is a gamer. He's a gamer. We saw it at Ohio State. He can throw in the pocket. He can run. I just think Justin Fields needs to get a shot here. I think the Chicago Bears, the organization, and the head coach really just misplayed the hand. I just think Justin Fields, you guys drafted him in the first round. Start him. We're talking about Andy Dalton here. Out of all people, Andy Dalton, dude. Dude, Andy Dalton is trash, dude. He is trash. But you know what? The LA Rams, man, they are something right now. Matthew Stafford, he's a nice quarterback. He can throw. He was even nice with Detroit, but we have to understand he was playing in Detroit, dude. That's the difference right there. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp balled out. 7 receptions, over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown. I just think, man, the Rams, dude, they could be an X factor as well. Arizona and the Rams, they are X factor teams, and also Philadelphia. Those are my, little dark horses to run deep. But look, dude, and they got a great defense as well, dude. Aaron Donald, dude, Jalen Ramsey. There's just so much going good for the Rams right now. Sean McVay, young, great coach. So I can't wait to see what the LA Rams do. But like I said, the Chicago Bears, you guys have to start Justin Fields. Okay, there's no I'm just going to kind of half-ass it. But no, you can't, dude. You cannot just half-ass that. Then we had the Thursday night game, Cowboys versus the Buccaneers. And really, Buccaneers did not play really great. They had 4 turnovers. Tom Brady had 2 picks. One of them wasn't his fault. We saw Fournette really drop a ball where he should have caught it. That caused an interception. But look, there was a lot of, mental mistakes on both sides. Same thing with the Cowboys. But I have to give Dak Prescott, credit when credit is due. I've been critical on Dak. I just want to apologize and say, look, dude, Dak, I do think he can be an elite quarterback. 100%. I would say if they make the playoffs this year, let's go. Dak is the guy in Dallas for the next decade. If they make the playoffs this year, 100%. Zeke, 11 carries on 33 yards. Amari Cooper, 13 receptions, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns versus Tampa. I just think for Dak, just give him a little bit more time. I don't want to see Dallas always try to put more pressure on him. I don't. I think, yes, I do think, Dak Prescott is an elite quarterback. Is he number 1? Is he number 2? Is he number 3? Is he number 4? No. He's definitely in the top 10 quarterbacks right now. 100%. I would even put him at 5 or 6, dude. Really. I think Dak Prescott's proved to me over the past couple years that he can be elite. I just think it starts with Dallas's secondary. Not giving up the big plays. That's where it starts right there. But what a freaking weekend for the NFL. I mean, I'm telling you what. But obviously my Indianapolis Colts, they're in for a long, long season yet again. I mean, obviously, like I said, I picked Seattle. Seattle's rolling. Wilson, dude, he just 4 touchdowns. And then Tyler Lockett, his favorite receiver, had 4 receptions, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns against the Colts. And it's just like, dude, what's going to happen with the Colts? Are we going to continue to go down this road yet again, year in and year out? And just kind of be average here. you know. But, what's really crazy is the Colts, they play the LA Rams this weekend. And it's just like, dude, if we play like this, we're going to get beat like 14-35, dude. Or even worse, 13 to freaking like 50. It's just bad for the Colts. I just want to see him turn it around, and it starts with Carson Wentz. He's got to get the ball out quicker. He's got to play a little bit better. The whole team's got to play better. That from defense, special teams to offense, it's got to go all around. And obviously, my picks weren't as good. But look, like I said, give it a month or two, then I'll be back, baby. Let's go! It's the Clown with Cap Show!